security and the general public is to take responsibility for ensuring peace and harmony seriously, and to demonstrate that we are not reluctant Democrats. My hope, and that of the NPP, is that we will come out of this election stronger as a nation. We are hopeful all sides will take some positive steps to preserve the unity, peace, and stability of this country. We owe our people, particularly the teeming youth, that duty of care. Only in this way would our resolve to create better and enduring opportunities for this future and for the future generations be guaranteed. The eyes of the world are on Ghana. The world is watching, hoping Ghana will rise again to the occasion, stand tall and shine bright as the star of Africa. I am full of hope that all of us leaders and our followers will live up to the peace pact we are going to sign today. And I encourage the security services who are doing an excellent job, and the media and all stakeholders to do all they can to ensure and preserve the peace. I would like to end by emphasizing that the only reason we seek power is to use it to deliver
peace and recite beautiful platitudes. All the efforts at building peace before, during, and after the 2024 elections would come to naught or be undermined if there is mistrust and insincerity. Mistrust is built through a mismatch between words and gaslighting on the part of those in authority. There is reason to be concerned that the signing of this pact, though well-intentioned, could amount to nothing if it is not followed by concrete actions to guarantee the peace by the stakeholders and government. Events and happenings during the last election and during the Awaso West Wuogon by-election create considerable doubts about the genuineness of some of the commitments that we might make today. We all recall the appalling spectacle of masked men acting on the orders of operatives of government, shooting indiscriminately at innocent Ghanaians, going about their legitimate electoral activity during that by-election. Some of the victims of that shooting incident remain incapacitated up till now. The refusal by government to act on the recommendations of the Emil Short Committee do not inspire confidence in Ghanaians that government truly believes in peace. Again, the inaction of government in the face of the murder of 8 of our citizens during the last election casts a shadow of doubt on government's commitment to maintain the peace. How are we to believe that such killings will not reoccur during this election as well? There also remains the vexed question of the use of thugs dressed in security service uniforms to intimidate and brutalize citizens during elections. How can we tell these thugs from the professional members of the security services, especially when they carry no name tags and they conceal their faces with facial masks, popularly called Azugu masks? I would suggest to the IGP to instruct the arrest and detention of any such persons during the election and to be kept until the election is over. These are legitimate questions that must satisfactorily be accounted for to give true meaning to this peace pact, lest it remains just a piece of paper.
With the help of our media partners, we captured the entire processes leading to the destruction of the faulty ballots by burning and brought this information to the doorstep of citizens. Today, the destruction certificates signed by the political party agents, the security agents, and the Electoral Commission staff are available on all our platforms, our websites, and our social media pages for all to verify. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, our application of the 3 ingredients in all our operations has contributed significantly to reducing the tensions and building confidence around the Electoral Commission's processes. As a Commission, I assure you that we'll continue to apply these ingredients of transparency, responsiveness, and inclusiveness in all our activities through to the election day and beyond. On behalf of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, I pledge that my team and I will continue to conduct our activities in a way and manner that will ensure peace before, during, and long after the 2024 election. The processes we will employ on election day and in the days aftermath are robust, transparent, and inclusive.
If you look at the table, the high table, the 3 major political leaders contesting, former President Mahama, current Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Hassan Ayerga, we are all Northerners. I'm coming to the main problem. There is a problem. Please, my time is, don't worry about my time. You see, Northerners, as our brothers and sisters, are always being purported to be the violent people in this country. And as a matter of fact, if you see another Northerner crying, then he's been beaten by another Northerner and nobody else. And they have been used to form some kind of vigilante groups. This is a test for us as people from the North. Are we going to demonstrate, the 3 leaders, our members, are we going to demonstrate a level of tolerance, level of acceptance, that we have ideas than fighting one another? Or are we going to show the world that we are more violent than any other thing? So our party members should sit up that this year we have to demonstrate to the world that the Northern brothers are together and united no matter what. And we cannot be seen as tags for any political party. We cannot be seen as troublemakers in this country. We cannot be seen as people who do not understand peace. And we must demonstrate peace before, during, and after this election. And I must admit, IGP is doing a lot of work, and we must all help. To the media, if you allow me, I'll finish quickly. To the media, I'll finish in 1 minute. To the media, to the police, to the Election Commission, we need a credible election. We need a free and fair election. To the police, we need support. We do not want anybody to be partisan in this election. When you are posted at the polling station, be fair to every Ghanaian, no matter which party he belongs to or comes from. And to the media, try as much as possible. Misinformation and disinformation is costing our country a lot. And we must all have a role in making sure that this country is peaceful before, during, and after the election. Ghana will win, and we will have a peaceful country. I thank you.
And this is going to my colleagues in NDC. Look at the shutdown they are doing in Parliament. Today, the Speaker of Parliament has taken Parliament as his personal property. As and when it pleases him, he opens Parliament. Even when there's an issue that he could sit with us, he says no.
Well, eagle eyes. There are some of the information I will not put out there because we are watching and monitoring them. We are watching them and monitoring them closely. And I pray they don't try. But my disappointment stems from the fact that they are using the state agencies that are supposed to work independently, that are supposed to be impartial, as part of their rigging machinery. Why would any rational and reasonable IGP transfer a district commander from a district command to a quartermaster stores 8 days to an election? We all know the difficult terrain we have in Gaboso constituency. You obviously need more than 8 days as a security couple to survey the system, to be able to lead your security personnel into such a crucial and a critical election such as 2024 elections. And so for me, I have come to a clear conclusion that anybody in this country who attempts to believe the IGP, Dr. Akufu Dampare, you do that at your own peril. He preaches as though he's an angel in the social media space for people to see him as white. But these are some of the things he's doing in the country. And I'm referring to what he has just done in the Dwaboso constituency or in the Dwaboso district. And for your information, the message came with a clear instruction that the transfer was to take effect from the same day the message.
All right, thanks for your patience. We're still live here on the TV Africa Breakfast Live morning show. My name is Pakwesi Shandoff, and like I earlier indicated, last time I was in this, it was almost 2 years ago. Providentially, it was not in my immediate plans, but of course, the ways of God are certainly not the ways of men. And so I want to believe that it is the effort of divinity that have gravitated me towards this particular platform again. And from now till when maybe there is time to say another goodbye, we'll do our very best to serve you the best when it comes to political conversations and all of the analysis on the train of public discourse. Earlier, we were talking about the special voting exercise, which ended as of yesterday. Now, for those who are not aware what the import of the special voting exercise is, it is that dispensation of voting that allows categorized individuals, special individuals, to go out and cast their ballot. And yesterday, the media was part of that. Of course, security personnel also joined the exercise, and quite a number of individuals. We're going to go into that because there were some interesting developments at some designated locations. For instance, at Ayawaso West Wogon constituency, for example, we saw how that the member of parliament for the area was actually distributing what was believed to be food to queued voters. For many, that particular act was not in proper compliance with the regular protocols of elections, and therefore she was heavily bastardized. She, of course, denied it, but this morning we're going to get into the merit of all of that. But before we get into the meat of this morning's discussion, Beauty has joined us on the set. She's equally wearing blue and white. I don't know of her club team. I want to believe that she's an ardent Chelsea supporter. If she's not, she may have to explain. Lebanon,
No, I am not a Chelsea fan. I'm so sorry.
which club team do you support?
I support Man U.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That clearly makes the two of us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
You support Man U.
Yeah,
as
I've
well. I
always
thought
been.
you were going to say Chelsea. I would have had
No,
issues
no,
with
no,
you.
no. I don't support teams that I'm
Well,
not able
Kwabena
to.
Jemfi supports Chelsea. Good morning to you, Kwabena. I know he's watching.
Oh, Kwabena, you're a Chelsea fan. I mean, I'm not disappointed. You people, from the time TT left, I mean, there has not. Look, we'll deal with that. We'll deal with that. But it's unfortunate if you are really supporting Chelsea. What is the weather saying?
For
When I woke
today,
up this morning, I don't know if you can sense it in my voice. I was
Yeah.
feeling a little bit of cold. And some people have also said that the Harmattan has come
Yes,
very
it's
early.
setting in gradually. It's not fully here, but I mean, it's setting in. So.
Okay.
Right, so let's go through the weather situation for this morning. Dry and hazy conditions coupled with cold nights and morning temperatures will dominate the northern half from this evening into the morning hours. The remaining half will experience few clouds, development with localized rain over some few areas within slightly north of the coastline. So that's it for the weather situation this morning. We're going to experience dry and hazy conditions, just as you mentioned. So it's Harmattan. Yeah, Harmattan season is here. But good to see you.
Yeah, it's also a
Pakwesi.
pleasure to see you more. I mean,
And now you want Shandoff, Pakwesi.
look, let's do Shandoff. You know,
No,
many people-
I love, Kwabena Jemfi is Dennis, but I ended up giving him that name, Kwabena Jemfi,
Kwabena
on this.
Jemfi.
Yes, so I'm going to call you Pakwesi.
if you call me, there are a lot of Pakwesis in the world, and I
Pakwesi Shandoff.
exactly. My PKS is quite a unique brand. I'm sure you don't want us to debate the truth in that.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's quite a unique brand. But the real unique issue here this morning is the special voting exercise. Lebanon, did you observe it? I was monitoring on social media and I was looking at everything that was happening.
Yes, I did. Actually, we had a conversation on it yesterday on this same table as well. Speaking to our correspondent, we realized it was quite a peaceful one until we heard of the Ayawaso
West
Wogon issue. Yes, where it is believed, just as you mentioned, that I mean, she came out to say it's not a bad thing to, I mean, give people water or food when they are in a queue to go and vote. But I have issues
you
with
see,
it.
so-
At least you could have waited or something. Or
Let me try and play the devil's advocate here. So she said that she's the mother of the constituency. And therefore, as the mother,
she's supposed to feed her children.
you know. But the real question is that the timing of the feeding and the location of the feeding was slightly problematic because it gives a certain impression of inducement. I mean, if I'm in a queue, I'm going to cast my ballot and you hand over any gesture to me, naturally, I may be inclined to cast my ballot in your favor. And that is where really the problem is. So it's not about the sharing of food. Maybe the timing and the location is the real problem. But
Yeah,
I don't
people
know.
have also, I mean, raised concerns about the fact that it was in a paper bag. So maybe there was some form of cash. This is not from me. I mean, these are the words out there that it could be some form of cash.
Whatever it was, I had. Okay, so let me tell you what this what I wrote. I commented on it briefly on Facebook, and I said that apart from being a journalist, I've also worked with the EC before,
Right.
and I'm clear in my mind that no form of campaigning is allowed on election day. Indeed, reps of political parties are even advised not to be in party colors at polling stations. So it's interesting to see an MP sharing food to queued voters. But this was really my concern. Now, I did write that I'll be waiting to see how the EC and other stakeholders address this matter, because if it is allowed to pass, it can open the floodgates for others to do more, and that will certainly mar the beauty of the process. I concluded in the fourth paragraph and said that imagine political parties, for example, standing by queued voters on voting day and giving them money, party paraphernalia, or other incentives. Can you imagine the chaos? Is that what we want? So my concern was really about if another person decided to replicate. So you are sharing food. I could also come in and be sharing microwaves. I mean, imagine political parties are doing that.
I think it happened around Tema Central too. We spoke to one of our reporters there, and he mentioned, he actually gave us pictorial evidence that the PC, the parliamentary candidate for that constituency, was actually sharing money.
Wow.
Yes, via Momo. Yeah. So it wasn't just at
Ayawaso West Wogon. But just to be fair, I also didn't think that, you see, John Dumelo too, of course, he didn't share anything, but he was also interacting with the voters. Just like Mali, they were very close. And one may say, well, they were not campaigning, they were interacting with them. But I think that, I mean, on the day of the election, all of these are really not allowed, because if you don't check it, it is the tendency for it to grow into, escalate and become a big issue. And we are wondering what the special prosecutor would be doing, because in the NDC's primary, for example, I think I recall the Ijra constituency, there was a young lady who was, throwing cash in the air, and the OSP found cause to interrogate her conduct. It's morning of 3rd December. We've not heard anything. We've not heard anything. I think this is where we need to really hear the special prosecutor's view on this, because if it does not come out, it would embolden other people and give them the effrontery to repeat the same conduct. And I think the OSP should come in. But like you said, generally it was peaceful. Do you think the special voting should be counted? Some people have said that.
Yes, yesterday I actually felt like it should be counted, so that we can get into the thoughts of military, our security, and our media as well. But we had some predictions coming in. I saw, is it a flyer or a communique from the NPP actually saying thank you.
Well, the NDC actually did the same thing. Alan also did the same thing. They were thanking the special voters.
I see, for voting for them.
In John Mahama's case, he was wearing, when he was president, he took a shot in the military outfit, so he was saluting all of them. And I looked at it and I said, the real salutation should come after December 7, whether you have won or you have lost. But we have now the reaction of the NDC's parliamentary candidate, John Kofi Seto Dumelo, who was clearly aghast and extremely unhappy with the development in the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency. Take a look.
Why are you sharing food to people in the queue? Why are you doing that? Why we can't share? We can share. If they want me to share, I also share the same. But let's respect the rules of the Electoral Commission. Don't share anything to the people in the queue who have not voted yet. And you are sharing food and we don't even know what is in the thing, and you are sharing it to the people who have not voted yet. What kind of stupidity is this? Why they think we can't do it? We can do the same and even worse. They shouldn't even try us.
All right, so that was the NDC's parliamentary candidate for the constituency, John Kofi Seto Dumelo, expressing his reservations and amplifying his revulsions about what really happened. And he said that, of course, his side could replicate it. The reason that, like he said, let me use the word in quotes, stupidity. He described the act as stupid, and he felt that it should stop. But yes, on the counting of the special votes, if it is done, do you think it would affect the election? The election proper in any way?
Yes. But I think the right thing is what the EC has decided to do. Not to count it on the day of voting, because it could bring a lot of issues.
Did you see the EC herself? She voted, and I saw her outfit. It's one of those. See, right now, the Gen Zs have a certain way of dressing. I didn't know how to describe it.
It's just like the oldies, the millennials, and everybody is trying to sort of weave in a little bit of the Gen Z attitude and everything. But for me, I think it's okay.
But of course, the outfit was nice. But I heard people make the argument that it was inappropriate for her to have voted and done so publicly, for that matter. I don't know, but I'm inclined to agree, because by voting, just affirming that she has a choice. Of course, she has a choice, and she's entitled.
She's Ghanaian, first and foremost.
Exactly.
Right. She's Ghanaian. She has the right to vote. It's just that I think it's not right for her to come up and say that, look, this is the party I'm supporting. You get it. But in actual sense, if you ask me, I'm all in.
For the EC publicly
yes,
voting.
Yes.
Especially when already a good number of people believe that, I mean, she does the will of the NPP. Don't you think
It's
that...
just, for now, it's just assumptions.
But
So we should leave it there.
But
we should
assumptions
put
are
it in
rooted-
that. We should put it in that box. It's just assumptions. We're assuming that
you
she's
don't
NPP.
you don't think
but for
there's-
me, first and foremost, before anything else, before being the EC chairperson and all of that, I believe that she's Ghanaian and she has the right, just as every other Ghanaian has the right.
Couldn't she
to go
have
to the
done
polls.
that privately? Couldn't she have voted, but
No, for
outside
me,
of the camera?
For me,
You think it's
Sandor,
okay?
It's okay.
That
It's
she-
okay. That
the
she
EC
voted.
went to vote.
Yes, she set the pace. She's telling us that, look, I'm also Ghanaian. I've gone in to exercise my franchise peacefully. You get it? Yeah.
Anyway, let's now hear the opinions of our viewers. 0302 0302908606 806. So that's the number. It's been displayed on your screens. Please call in and let's hear your contributions as well. Today is 3rd of December, right?
Yes, and as well, it is International Day of Persons with Disability.
Disability.
I have a special interest with this
Why?
particular
What
issue.
informs
You
the
know,
interest?
I have a friend who has he's autistic. You know, I was having a conversation with him, I think earlier this year, and I asked him, Ro, would you ever want to vote? He struggles to speak, but I mean, he came up. I from everything that he said, I realized it's a wish. But at the end of the day, there's nothing to support them. So I actually came up with an initiative. I don't know if you saw it. On the 8th of November, we had a program for the disabled. And then, I mean, we had EC there, we had NCC there to educate them on some of the policies available and the initiatives that EC is putting in place for them. It was a beautiful and an eye-opening event. So
Let me tease your mind on this.
Right.
Talking about disability, specifically those who are autistic, not long ago, I was reading a particular piece where somebody was arguing that, and viewers, please pardon us, we're going to choose our words very carefully.
Yeah.
We do not intend to, if you like, humiliate anybody. I mean, the individual was making the question in that piece that I read that when people are born with such a condition, it is better to take them off the scene than allow them to grow, I mean, and become normal human beings in all the, I mean, function as regular human beings and amidst all the inconveniences and all of that. Do you buy it? I don't know your stance on it. So you give it to somebody who is autistic, you know that. So from that point to when the individual would die, that fellow would have a lot of problems integrating into society and a couple of other issues as well. The argument is that, look, because of what they'll go through, let them go back to their creator. Do you think it's a good idea?
no.
Why?
I don't think so. It comes in different forms, actually. There are varieties to it. There are some that is quite extreme. Yeah. So I believe. Pakwesi, look, don't push me.
No, I'm not pushing you.
I was just going to say sometimes it's best to let them go, but I mean sometimes they end up. Well, let me.
They end up doing what?
No, it's fine.
Okay,
It's fine. But okay, you put the number there.
0302
I want to take a message from
0302908607 0302908607. Please call, and of course we are talking about the upcoming general election on December 7th, and then we're focusing emphatically on yesterday's special voting exercise. Let's hear your thoughts. What did you hear? And of course, if you also want to tell us who are going to vote for and why you're going to vote for that fellow, would also be interested in getting into your thoughts on that particular matter. But very soon we'll be joined by a political communicator, and he will be, also adding his voice to the conversation this morning. Lebana, are you going to vote in the very first place?
Yeah, so I was supposed to vote yesterday, but I pushed it because I actually want to be on the grounds on the 7th of December.
December.
Yeah. So I vote the Ablekuma West constituency. That's Madame Osla.
Owusu.
Yes,
Yeah.
constituency. Yes.
I want to vote for her.
Pakwesi, let's quickly go through there's a communique here.
No, don't run away from the question. I mean, you've been in that constituency for a while.
Listen, you can't do this to me.
From 2016 when she assumed office, I'm sure that you've been privy to her interventions and efforts.
From 2016?
Do you think that her mandate should be renewed? That constituency actually was generally Ablekuma South until it was split, and then we had the Western enclave Ablekuma West. So based on what you've seen, I mean, the viewers want to get information from you. That's really.
Well, it's up to the constituents. I mean,
no, we are not talking about the constituents. We are talking about you, the individual.
No, Shandoff. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not going to let you in on who I'm going to vote for, but it's up to the good people of Ablekuma West to decide.
But you've made up your mind.
Oh yes, definitely. I have.
What about the presidency? Who are you vouching for?
Oh, you want to know that?
Yes,
I'm interested. I have always been. I mean, how do I even put it? I'm going in for Madame Ekuadonko. Unfortunately, we're even having issues with that one. The EC stated that, they were going to come up with extensive education, with regards to Ekuadonko's picture being on the ballot paper. Up until now, have you seen anything like that?
Absolutely not.
So NCC and Electoral Commission, I mean, these are questions that are begging for answers.
Really, she's not part of the exercise, okay? And the EC has indicated that the votes that are cast in her favor would be, discarded.
Yeah.
Basically, why are you going to vote for her? If she were alive, why were you going to vote for her?
The fact that she's a woman and she stood in and did all of, the campaigning.
There are other women on the ballot as well.
I know, right? But I am going in for Ekuadonko, and that's it.
Okay, and
it can be counted as there's a name for it. It will come up in the course of the conversation. But let's go through this communique quickly. This is a statement from Andrew Okaikwe. He says, a call to dignity, embracing inclusion at the polls. As Ghana approaches the December 7 polls, let us remember that democracy is not merely a process, it is a promise that every voice matters, every vote counts, and every individual deserves respect and dignity. On this International Day of Persons with Disabilities, we reaffirm our collective commitment to inclusion, empathy, and patience. For many within the disability community, voting often presents unique challenges. However, together we can make this election a reflection of good governance and equal participation. To our voters, this is very important. Show care, exercise patience, lend a helping hand when needed. A society that uplifts its most vulnerable members is one founded on strength and justice. On December 7, let us ensure that no Ghanaian is left behind. By leading with compassion and understanding, we can demonstrate that Ghana's democracy shines brightest when it honors the dignity of humanity and all of its citizens. Now, this is coming in from Andrew Ni Okaikwe, Center for Disability Entrepreneurship and Public Policy. So good morning to you, say Andy.
Yeah, quite a very, quite an instructive message there.
Yes.
I mean, if you know somebody who is living with a disability, it doesn't mean the person is ruled out of the democratic process. Indeed, all of those people are valid participants of the governance process. And so let's actually encourage and support them to also go and cast their ballot. Because if things go wrong, I want to say that perhaps maybe they may even be affected the most.
That's the message. That's the message they're putting out there, Once it goes bad, they're the ones that will suffer. Imagine someone who is, forgive my language, who is blind, having to run away from a chaotic situation.
Absolutely. You can imagine, I mean, when the gunfires are coming, and I mean, some of us will be able to even find where to go. But
sometimes those of us that are able find it difficult. Talk less of someone that
Who
you
is,
cannot
you
see.
know.
So please.
All right, so joining us on phone this morning is Alaji. Alaji is our first caller. Alaji, where are you calling from? Hello, good morning, Alaji.
Yes, ask my wife over there. She will tell you where I'm calling from.
Alhaji is calling from Teshi. Good morning to you, Alhaji.
Oh, okay.
How are you?
Yeah, listen, you know why I love you.
Tell me.
Alaji, we are talking about politics this morning.
Oh, that's my husband, by the way. Alhaji,
Okay,
good
that's
morning
fine.
to you. You've been missed, though.
Hello, Alaji. Hello, Alaji. Okay, it appears we lost that caller, but 030-290-8607 is the number for you to call. We've been joined by a communicator of the National Democratic Congress. We want to take a breather. When we come back, he will join us on set, and then we'll interrogate the issues properly. And so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Beautiful song there of setting the morning into a brighter light. For those of you who are just tuning in, this is the Breakfast Live morning show on TV Africa. My name is Pakwesi Shandoff. Once upon a time, I was here. You heard my name, but I'm back. Am I back? In Lebanon, am I back? Really? What's the situation?
Well,
am I back, or I am passing through? How do we characterize it?
I think that should come from you.
That should come from me.
Yes. So for now, I don't know if you're just passing through to help us with the elections, or you're coming back as a morning show host. Or probably you're coming up with something new.
Political. Well,
Yeah.
Richard says that I'm back. Maybe I want to stick
And you're
with
not
what.
welcome home.
Thank you.
Right.
As for today, I'm taking all the welcomes. I mean, so long as we go on the breaks and we come back, I'll be the one to be taking all the welcomes.
Yeah.
But we've been joined in studio now by Rema Forson. Rema communicates for the National Democratic Congress, and he's here to help us with the conversations this morning. Of course, we're talking about the upcoming general election, and we are laying the emphasis specifically on what happened yesterday with respect to the special voting. Rema, it's a pleasure to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, and good morning to your cherished viewers. And it's exciting to see you back on set for TV Africa. Remember the days I used to come here yourself and then
Roselyn, yeah,
very
back in the day.
Team, and I see a new lady here, looking dashing.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yes, I only heard she was married on. I think there was a call.
Alaji.
Call through. If not, we would have tried our luck, but all the same.
You are supposed to be focusing on the upcoming general election because the NPP insists that the 24-hour economic policy, for example, has very poor explanation. That should be your focus. Is it really a poor policy? Because, I mean, the argument has been very clear that it has to be demand-driven. So if there is no thriving demand, the policy cannot thrive.
Well, like I always say, like I always describe the New Patriotic Party, nothing excites them, particularly when it has to do with policy and then national discourse and then in-depth thinking. It has never been their thing. If you look at the original blueprint of the free SHS, that's Mahama's original plan. It was a progressively free SHS thing. He had something in the pipeline, he had something he wanted to do, but because they didn't have the blueprint for it, they took it and it's in shambles. That's the same thing they are doing to the 24-hour economy. They are running it.
Over 3.5 million people students have actually graduated. You can't describe that as a shambolic intervention.
That is I think one of the saddest group of students that have graduated from the free SHS. We've seen the increase in their failure in the WASI. I think just even this year, those who wrote the WASI, they are supposed to resume school. They were supposed to go back to school in October. As we speak, their results are not even out. We are in December. And they don't have examiners to even mark. As we speak, WAEC headquarters is out of Ghana because they are owed a whopping 512 million Ghana cedis.
Forson, pause your thoughts briefly, because yes, we know that WAEC is almost exiting Ghana. We have a caller on the line. Good morning, your name and where you calling from? Hello? Hello? All right, we lost that caller as well. Please, 0302908607. You were making the case.
Yes. So when it comes to issues of policy and then this issue of the free SHS, when we want to delve deep into it, I'll give you some very scary details and scary happenings in there. It is not something I would even want our viewers to enjoy. For those who have students or kids who will be going to the senior high school very soon, personally for me, I think they should opt for the private schools, because what our public senior high schools have been reduced into is very bad. Students who took the BEC will be coming home very soon and will go back in March. They will be staying home for about 3 months and go back in March, and they will be doing their second semester, that is completing SHS1 with only about 8 weeks of study. And that is what the MPP is presenting to us, and is sounding it so loud in the ears of people as progress with education and then the free SHS. It's a shame. It's shambolic. It is appalling. It is sad.
I would interrogate the view on the shambolism, and then Lebanon would. I think Lebanon has a number of questions for you as well.
Right.
But we have a caller on the line. Good morning, your name and where you calling from? Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. Your name and where you calling from?
Please, my name is Hussein. I'm calling from Medina.
All right, Xavier from Medina. Xavier from Medina, right?
Yeah, from Medina.
Okay, Xavier, go ahead.
Please, I beg. I want to express myself because I want to speak to you.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Xavier.
Madam Noana, when you know a being come on, or Kabi say, you know, ni vote in our vote to you know. And you can't go vote because of for the Jan, you won't vote. In the moment I walk vote to know, that is a won't have a hana war. Because Ubetima movie, it's with money panel. What do you ever open any panel winning? It's quite be as over money panel winning. It's a new Quasanka, even Crown will vote because we're referee, young intimate match, ever movie. Because what vote to the move, you know. And the young and say, who win him, Emmanuel. If you look at the vote to go amount, you are talking with TV. So when you go say, and yet, we quite say the NDC cano, and then say, what the MP watching.
But say, or your referee class, that's still or your Ghanaian. And
that's a referee kickable.
But when you're ordinary Ghanaian to say,
okay.
I say,
when you're ordinary Ghanaian to say, why Ghanaian, but soon the position, and you're
okay.
Position of Kutano, and you're the Bashade for. One who, Ejina mutin timban where nipa on the channel. And then wasn't called vote to Kurabi because for Jan won't vote to.
Oh, I find that not too about. I find that was voting.
They say, well, Babia or 80% on the vote to one or Bassa will win it. 80 one to about Busa, I'll for that one to about.
Okay, Yate. Thank you very much for calling. That point is well made. He's saying that the EC should not have voted. I think that the voting shouldn't perhaps have been in the public eye because it deepens the impression that Dennis is aligned to a particular political party.
Yeah, but for me, all that is being said, I still maintain the fact that, look, she's first and foremost a Ghanaian.
The caller says she's not an ordinary Ghanaian.
She is a Ghanaian. She has every right, just as any other Ghanaian out there.
The argument is that her rights should not be openly expressed. That is really the crux of the argument. She has the right, but she could have still gone to vote without the cameras.
I believe she was setting an example.
That is it. I mentioned that earlier.
To come out
and
boldly vote, even for her being the referee. She has come to exercise her franchise, showing that she's interested in national discourse. So I believe she should be allowed.
Okay, I think it's 2-2. Myself and the caller, and then the two of you seem to be on the same tangents. But yes, still on the free SHS policy, there is no police intervention. That is smooth. Every implementation will have some issues here and there. And so the fact that there have been some incidents of that actually mean that the policy. Forcing, hold your thoughts briefly because Africa from Bawe is on the line, wants to contribute to the conversations. Good morning, Africa. Welcome to the Breakfast Live Morning Show.
Good morning. Please, I want to contribute to the show.
Africa, please, you are not loud. Richard, the team.
I said I want to contribute to the show.
Sure, go ahead.
Concerning the voting of the ECJ, I think when the public saw everything, in fact, it raised a lot of questions. Because what this game is about, voting and also who you like. So who does she like? And who will she want to win? You see, there are certain things, it's just human things we have to add the common sense. Because the optics are not right. You are excused that you are following one party already. So can't she just vote without the cameras? Can't she just do that? So this woman, I think she's getting out of hand. Woman, she's doing certain things that is making all the peace that they have signed, is making thousands of it. Excuse me to say. Because look at what happened. The issue of success in glare of their view, people sharing things to people in queue going to vote, and the EC officers didn't do anything. They didn't say anything. In fact, they are praying that this will not happen at the general election. Because at the general election, the citizens, some of us cannot stand there and watch.
Right.
You see, because these security guys are flouting the law like this. I hope those people who took those foods and so on, they are leaders, they are officers, will say something to them. Because the police officer standing in a queue and you are receiving food. Why? Are the police so hungry like that? Are security people so badly being treated like that? I mean, as soon as that thing was happening, there should be someone that could have stand up against that thing. In fact, as school family told us we should be citizens. And this election, we are going to be citizens. We are not going to be just citizens. We are going to be citizens. And the Constitution also gives us rights as citizens to protect the sanctity of the Constitution. So I think every Ghanaian should be very, very, very much concerned about what is going on.
Right. Let me.
This is our destiny.
Right. Just before you take leave of us, you may want to share who do you want to vote for? Have you made up your mind? And if you have, you want to share your views on that.
Yeah, I will vote by all means. I will vote. I'm praying that by Saturday I will be in F so that I will vote.
Who are you going to vote for?
Is it necessary for me to tell you?
No, it's not necessary. So that's why I'm saying that it's up to you. I mean,
I'm going to vote for NDC. I'm going to vote for NDC.
All right. All right.
Thank you very much.
The point is well noted. But of course, there are a lot of other people who are going to vote for the NPP as well. I don't think you should be so excited.
I'm not saying that it will be a landslide this time around.
No,
Professor for the NDC.
For the
Professor
NDC.
Smart
It's one card.
has
you
a survey.
are so sure. Okay, you finish.
No,
up.
Professor Smart Sapon has a survey that says otherwise.
A survey that was conducted in 2 days. What kind of survey is that?
Maybe
I think he's not a person we should even throw light on, because the survey was so well structured. Survey that you were able to conduct in 2 days.
You mean
in how many
not well structured?
Not well structured. I mean, in 2 days, how many regions? What was the sample space? Which people did you speak to? Have you been to the market? Have you listened to people? The Kinky and Bread Matters, and you give us a survey where you say we'll go on a runoff and possibly Bawumia is going to lead John Dramani Mahama. I mean, it's so sad to read something like that.
On top of service, one thing that comes to mind is Benefsin. He's quiet on this particular election. Yes.
Uncle Ben, good morning, by the way. Of course, it's a senior colleague, and yes, it's important that I was. I mean, he's one of the notable pollsters, but for this particular election, I mean, he's been remarkably silent. Maybe has he retired? I don't know.
Yes, the three people say who did their own casa. So we know my own casa. I think he has done his prediction for the past 8 years, and it has favored him in the light he wanted it to be.
I think we can't.
Oh, for me, I think that is what it is, because if really you are a credible person, a credible source, an authoritative source, after 8 years you've gone silent. Nothing this year on anything.
Is he obliged to be running?
But if you cloud yourself with that, if you step in that light, we would of course see you in that light.
But he can't do that forever. I think we have a caller on the line.
Right. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm Kari, and I'm calling from Jolu.
Okay, Kari. Thank you so much for joining us. You can share your thoughts with us now.
Okay, nice. I may lead by saying good morning for you first. And I just want to add my contribution to the show as well.
Okay.
Concerning the incoming vote on Saturday. Please, I just have a few messages for the NDC and NPP concerning the coming vote or election on Saturday.
Right.
We are all Ghanaians. The NPP and NDC have to come together and make the peace prevail in this country. This source of all this going to the queue and sharing food and doing this is not, to me, it's not necessary at all. Ghana is bigger than all this. And we all have to come together, add our hand to make sure that the peace prevails in this country. And let the sleeping dog lie. Please, this is not a time for someone to be in the queue and you are sharing food for the person to go. It's a door of corruption. You don't do that. If you do that, let this be in the way back, not this time around. All the Ghanaians, all the adverts has been made for them to go this very Saturday and do the right thing. So you can't call anybody in the queue to share food for them. No, we don't do that. It's never right. To me, please, it's never and never right.
Right.
So I just want to add my contribution, a few contributions to our activities on Saturday. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Kari. Have a great morning. Okay, so you mentioned that, I mean, the NPP's free education policy is shambolic. Let's look at what NDC is going to do. Should you be given the nod come December 7th?
Right. So when it comes to the issue of education with the NDC, first we are saying that we are going to correct the issues with the senior high school. There's a big issue with infrastructure. There's a big issue with space. There's a big issue with taking people out of business. This attitude of the MPP, crashing businesses, taking businesses down, I think should be looked at. If you look at the structure of Ghana Education Service, you have what we call the public schools and then the private schools, both in JHS and then in senior high schools. Because of the introduction of the free SHS and not considering these private schools and absorbing them, most of them have collapsed. We used to hear of Popular Ideal College and other places. Now they've become centers of remedials only. But previously they were running very good system, very good structures and producing results. So the policy of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is that we are going to review the free SHS policy. We are going to absorb some of the private schools, and what we intend doing is we are going to give them some subsidy. We are going to cut on the fees for those who want to go to these private schools, so that we'll have the private schools also fully in operation. Now this is also going to help in job creation, employment. You know how the MPP, they've collapsed a lot of private businesses. Big is out of Ghana, Nivea is out of Ghana, Unilever is out of Ghana, Glovo is out of Ghana, Societe Generale is also parking. That is the trademark of the MPP. The NDC wants to do something different when it comes to
straighten the anomalies. But just before you continue in your tracks, we have a caller online. I'm handing that caller over to Lemene.
Right. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Good morning. My name is Isaac Kojo Ewu. I'm calling from North Legon.
All right, Isaac, you can share your thoughts with us now.
Great. So, you see, what happened yesterday was a total disrespect to our security service, and I mean the MP of the area.
Okay. So you're talking about the Ayawaso West
Exactly.
Wogon
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Yes. It was a clear breach of our elections rules.
Okay.
You know, and for me, the security agencies is a clear betrayal to the Ghanaian people, because how on earth you collect food, whether the food is poison, whether it's the bomb that you are taking, you have no idea what you are taking, and you just take it. I mean, we should grow up as a country. And for me, those people who took the food from the woman should be dealt with by their various security agencies. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much for speaking to us. Have a good morning.
Yeah, I just want to chip in. I agree that they should be dealt with, because under normal circumstances, as law enforcers, they are supposed to be ensuring that compliance is maximum. So if they are the ones taking jollof rice and fried yam, I mean, it's a little bit questionable. We don't know what was in there, but we suspect it was food.
You suspect it's jollof rice and fried yam. But let me pick your thoughts on the incident as well.
I beg to differ a little, because first off, when it comes to elections in Ghana, the main people in
charge... So for some thoughts briefly, so you can see on our screens now that infamous incident that generally seemed to have marred the beauty of yesterday's process. In the white outfit is the incumbent LP, Lydia Seram Alassane. Ma Lydia, as she's affectionately called, interacting with voters, she and her team handing over wide packs to voters. And you can see the personnel in brown. You want to ask yourself, I mean, those were fire service. I don't know, the prisons. And so you are asking, they should properly be ensuring law and order. But
there's something that's not adding up. I actually watched an interview. I won't put the station's identity out there, but she mentioned she was not around when it started. But it's
no. So that was her response, and it's
but it's the story is
exactly.
Yes.
So I there's so much to say. That's her in white and blue with the bag strapped around her body and interacting with voters. Right. This.
And you know one thing, if a woman carries a bag like that, it means that there's
something there. Of course, you see. So footages like this definitely will give room to a lot of interpretations.
Yeah, I beg to differ a little when it comes to this particular incident. First and foremost, I am not going to fault those in line who took the bags.
Why?
I'm not going to do that, because when it comes to elections in Ghana, the people who preside over it is the Electoral Commission.
Okay.
Now, every polling station, you have a dedicated security personnel there to help you diffuse matters, issues that have escalated and all of that. They help you diffuse it. Now, if the Electoral Commission
Diffusion,
on
osmosis, scientific terms. Pause briefly. We have a caller on the line. Your name and where you calling from before I hand you over to Lebanon.
Yeah, Frank Oduro calling from Olebu Ablekuma.
Okay, Olebu Ablekuma.
Right. Frank, how is Ablekuma doing this morning?
Oh, very great.
Okay, all right.
Very good atmosphere. Yeah.
Great. Kachi.
Kodo I.
Some of them are hungry. Some of them are hungry. You see them wearing uniform, flamulating left and right. But yes, they are hungry. Only, saying Opia, or what Seman or what Doma Ghana. Oh, over to me, Womani, to so difficult was Ghana Union movement. Training for the Momugun in Yase. Some for in a perpetuation more Toma. And when I know to mention Ghana for. Why you be there? All know say your channel so. Tirabos my be there. Share, let me come and be. But see, Yanko and I made a 2 Abamana or the Freeport, Baba Amagana, and Nema Boyful. I am no credit. Say, Nema Boy, the Oma politicians now see or Mobante. A compare is so far. Cement to go for. The compare so far. I am going to Baba from. She taxes a good port. See, you use that taxes through. Naport 93. You're better than you or management. You're president for factories now, you're the factories in the bar. A woman, a month when you do my Ghana for you deserve, say, you're going to bucket overhead, I say. They have to know because the BBC overhead in the top or perform up the Unipa. I say, it's Ghana for this everything you do my year, not your motor. In Kofu, you think of Bobusia, no mother change. The Piazza woman you follow more. No, young sister, we should change our attitude. We change our life for children and children's life. Now, when class the DPR, the battle about the CVA, but there was a good bunch of Ghana Union movement.
Right, Frank. Yeah, that's it. Baby, there, afraid to share your thoughts with us. Have a great morning.
GUM, right?
GUM, yes.
Ghana Union movement.
That's
also for Trabosums.
Yes, also for Trabosums.
All right.
Political party.
Yeah, right. Back to your.
Yeah, so like I was saying, the Electoral Commission is in charge, and I believe that at every polling station you have security personnel to guard you, and then more so the presiding officer of that station, you have the right to even instruct that you are the boss of the station. Now, if I am just to queue and vote,
right,
and I am not the Electoral Commissioner or I'm not the presiding officer of that station, I don't know what is going on, and I see one of the candidates sharing things, going about giving things out, to me, I assume that the Electoral Commissioner there or the presiding officer there, you have given room for that to happen. The police, the security personnel there, they don't say anything to that effect. Nothing was said to that effect. That should tell us that then it was freely allowed. All blames should go to the electoral.
Citizens not supposed to be responsible on their own accord. I mean, without the prompting of the. Yes, I agree. There's the commissioner, there are other personnel. But if you're a citizen, shouldn't you be responsible in your own right?
Pakwesi, you should be very responsible as a citizen. But when boundaries are supposed to be set for you and they are not set clearly, you can of course go off bounds. The people in the queue are not only security personnel. We had journalists in there and others. If you are supposed to tell a candidate not to be doing this and you allow the person to do that, maybe I've been in the queue since morning. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty.
You don't know,
you don't know what is happening to me. I have fears going into this election because this clearly tells us that the Electoral Commission is one-sided. They should have called, it is very clear. It is very obvious.
Hold your fire now. Bright from Insawan. Bright, good morning and welcome to the Breakfast Live Morning Show. Thanks for connecting.
Good morning, sir.
Right, let's hear you.
Please, I wanted to firstly talk about the sharing of the food.
Right, go ahead, Bright.
So please, I don't really see a problem with the food sharing. The problem comes with the time the food was shared. Or, I mean, there is an election, and then everyone voting comes from 18 years and above. So I don't think just a mere food can, I mean, someone from 18 and above, I mean, I'm telling me a mere food can let him change his mind on who he wants to rule. I mean, I don't see a problem with the food share. It's just a time, like, it was supposed to be after the person had voted. And then, secondly, the guy was talking about the face test. With the face test, firstly, they clearly told us it is impossible. And then they are now telling us they want to reshape or do whatever to the policy. How is this reason to citizens? What are you trying to tell us? And then we are here talking about private schools and others. This proves the importance of the face teachers. So we are talking about private schools. What the important or what is a private business known for? Is it the government's work to help them improve, or is it the government's work to show them what to do? No, it's a private institution, so they have to do whatever they have to do to get their members or their profits or whatever they want.
But don't you think that government in the implementation of its policies should also think about them, given that they are also citizens of the country?
Well, the intention was not to collapse the private institution or the private schools. The intention was to make them free for government. You know, we are taxpayers, and then government school is from our tax money. So he did this for the government schools. So as a private school, what do you have to do? You have to make sure you are competing with the public schools. You must do better. So do something, you get more money. Let's say I go to the field teachers. As they are complaining, food shortages and all that. I go there, I find the food not attractive for my ward. Then I have to take my ward to the private school. So I don't see anything wrong with the government not including the private sectors and all that. It's a private sector, so they have to find their way. The government only helps them with some tax reduction and all that. But then it's not the government's work to show them what to do or help them get their members. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Bright. Bright feels that the private schools should be able to fend for themselves. I heavily disagree because I mean they're part of the country, and the policies of government should equally.
If you look at the guidelines for school selection,
so you don't veer of course too much. We were on the sharing of the food.
Yes.
The citizens should have been responsible.
Right. I would briefly want to answer, say something to that effect, what Bryce said. If you look at the guidelines for school selection and you look at the manual for school selection, even private schools are not factored. You don't have the option to even select it. And then you say they should make their work competitive. It's a very sad comment. I'm hoping and praying he doesn't get into that position where you have buildings and you've invested into education and it's collapsed. We pray he doesn't get there. Back to Mali, it is like I was saying, the Electoral Commission of Ghana, there's been very questionable behaviors from them. I think recently I watched on Pakwesi's wall, where on Facebook, where he shared his thoughts and comments on the fact that even media houses, till date we've not had. I don't know if you would educate me. We've not had accreditation. We've not had the correction they said they were looking at doing. How can you say we thank God? That is
right.
a
Hold
step
on.
in the right
Hold
direction.
on with that.
Right.
We have a caller. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, my name is James. I'm calling from Kumasi.
James from Kumasi.
James, right. Kindly speak up a bit for us. You can share your thoughts with us now.
Can you now? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. Yes, I want to contribute to the distribution of the food.
Okay.
Yeah, in fact, that aspect of what the lady did is condemnable, and we need to condemn it seriously. What are we leading our future generation to? You see, when we allow some of these things to go on, then it means we are heading to a pit. Because we know some of our regulations doesn't allow this. and then for someone to come openly distributing food to security agencies, it's questionable, and the lady needs to be questioned. And besides, the security agencies, to in fact, I don't know what came to their mind to accept food. That you see, were you expecting food? You go there to vote. Somebody came to distribute food to you to take. How did you go there because of food? If the security agencies to in other in other jurisdiction, the security agencies, those who accepted the food, supposed to be questioned. It's a shame. It's a shame. Why? Have you been eating food from that lady? You go there to vote and you go and be accepting food to inducement to vote. This is very funny and disgraceful. So we have to desist as a country. Some of these things we need to stop. If we don't put a stop to stop this, in fact, I think it will going forward. So that's my view. And I hear some people speaking in support of, trying to defend what the lady did and all that. It's a shame. Whosoever defends this should be ashamed of him or herself. This is condemnable and should never be defended. Seriously. Thank you. That's my view.
Right. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us, James. Have a great morning. Okay, back to you.
Yes, so for me, like I was saying, the Electoral Commission, I don't see any neutrality coming from their end. Obviously, we can all tell, we can all see from what is going on. If you believe there are guidelines, there are rules you've set for an election and people are not supposed to campaign on the day of election, even there is a distance, a gap that has been set between voters and the prospective candidates who are contesting. She breached that. Yeah. People in queue, people in line going to vote, and you are seen in cozy manners with them. It's just out of place. But what can we say? The referee is fingered in all of this, and they are boldly encouraging it. So we are praying.
My worry is why we've not heard from the EC OSP. And then the OSP.
Precisely.
Yes, I think matters like that, you need to take time to investigate to actually see the content of the thing she gave and why she was giving the nod to even go around.
At least we want to hear that they've started investigating.
I think yesterday we saw a couple of officials from the office of the OSP, I think, on grounds. They monitored, they took pictures, they interviewed quite a few people. We are believing and we are hoping that if they are not also put in the bottle, they'll come out with a statement and tell us what their findings are. But generally, every institution in Ghana who actually wants to do something positive is bottled up. You'll be surprised to know that NDC, we are running a 24-hour economy park.
Hold your thoughts briefly. Dennis Addo is calling us. Lebene wants to talk to Dennis.
All right. Hi, Dennis. Thank you so much for joining us. You can share your thoughts with us now.
Oh, okay. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I want to share
Dennis, kindly speak up a bit for us.
Okay. I want to share my thoughts on two issues.
Okay.
The first one is on the EC. The voting process of the EC. I think that the process of the EC wasn't anything to call for an alarm, but the camera people involved was the problem here, because everybody have the right as a citizen to exercise his franchise to vote and all that. So I don't see anything wrong. But what is wrong about the issue is the cameras following the woman going to vote. That is the issue surrounding the whole process. So that's what I think is not good for the EC to allow the camera people to follow her to the voting sector. But when it comes to the issue of the Honorable Seram, I think this thing has been something of the past. It has been discussed several times and all that. But what the woman did, for me, is very, very bad. It's not. And if you watch the video carefully, the video which was circulating, if you watch it carefully, it's not only one bag which was given. It was two. One was very light, and that one contains money. If you watch it carefully, and this issue has been discussed that they shouldn't share money and all that. But when it comes to special voting, security personnel involving in this, it's very bad and it's a threat. It's a threat to even the election, and you're going to see this and more. But when it comes to security personnel, it's not allowed. And even the EC officials shouldn't even allow this thing supposed to go on at the polling sector. Giving money or food, if it's not money for food to security personnel, they are paid by government. So why are they giving food to come and vote? And it's bad. And I think civil society and opinion leaders, the stakeholders, they have to come out and debunk this issue. They have to talk against whatever happened at Ayawaso. Because if you watch the video, you see how John Domelo was talking about it. And it's not only that he's also in the position for voters to vote for him, but what the woman did is very, very, very bad. You are a sitting MP, so why should you go there and do this? And what are you teaching or portraying to Ghanaians to learn from this? So I think those who have a say in this matter are supposed to come out and address the issue because it's very bad. Because it's very bad. We are going for December election Saturday. Security person taking money from a politician just to go and vote. So what are you telling us?
Right, Dennis, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. Have a great morning. Okay.
Yes, like I was saying, institutions are usually bottled up here in the country. And I made reference to the NDC, we having a 24-hour economy park organized by the National Youth Wing. It's a simulation of how the 24-hour economy would look like or would be like. You'd be surprised to know that getting to the start of the program, the day we were supposed to start the program, the venue we had rented, everything had been made, every payment had been made, everything was set. I think 2 hours to the start of the program, there was a call that we couldn't use the facility anymore, and Anado wanted to use the place. That is the height the MPP can go to frustrate institutions, to frustrate people. I won't be surprised at finding...
Why do you choose to describe it as a frustration? Maybe, I mean, this is a presidential event. Constitutionally, the president supersedes every other citizen in the country.
Pakwesi, you are one of the solid journalists we have in Ghana currently. Sometimes I feel your open discussions on Facebook and all of that is educating all of us. But sometimes I get scared for you because reading how objective you are on matters, I can tell you clearly, it was done to bungo ideas. What can't this government do? They are oppressors. They oppress everybody. But as I am about to leave this place, I'm even afraid for myself that I may step out and something can happen.
No, you don't.
You can't talk freely on any TV station or even any journalist. You can't talk freely. That is how. Look at the license of Radio Gold. It has been revoked. A station that has been in existence for years.
But I mean, it's back on air.
But we've been joined by Prince. Prince Bayo. He's a security analyst. Hi, good morning to you, Prince. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, good morning, and good morning to your family.
Okay, Prince, can you speak up a bit for me?
Okay, good morning to you and panelists and listeners. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you very loud and clear. Did you observe what happened at Ayawaso West Wuogon constituency yesterday during the special voting process?
Yes, I did, but I don't want to episode that I did.
Okay, I want to pick your thoughts on what happened.
Okay, so to my understanding was that some voters were taking pictures of their votes were casting to show it to the NPP candidates or NPP agents to get some kind of incentives from them, which is against the rules of vote or elections. And I think that I saw on the video, I saw the NDC candidate, John Domelo, tried to raise an objection or opinion on that, but I don't know how it ended up too. But what I saw wasn't very, very good for that. And there were evidence that they were sharing foodstuffs to the security personnel. The videos are all on social media. So that wasn't a good idea for it. And if our security, they can go in and inflate or drive our security with all glare of the public, then it's a situation for alarming.
Okay. Shandoff, do you have anything for him?
I like I said, I was taken aback, of course, to see that personnel from the security were actually enabling the act. And right now, sitting here, I'm just trying to see if the OSP has commented on the matter, because you see, justice must be prompt and it must be immediate. Whenever there are any deviations, those deviations must be promptly attended to. Just before you take leave of us, of course, December 7th, we're going to vote. Have you made up your mind yet? And you may want to share with us. Of course, it's personal, but if you want to share with us who you're going to vote for and the reasons that are going to inform your judgment, you may as well go ahead and do that.
Yes, I have made up my mind already, and as I relate to the U.S., I'm recommending telling them I should go back to wherever it came from. So I'm going for John Dramani Mahama. He's the one I think this country can bring us together. Because what is happening now, the arrogance in the system is very, very unfortunate. People are like very, very arrogant. They don't really listen to us. I don't really see the leadership style in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia if he leads this country. Where the country has gotten to, we need someone who can unify us together. That's what I'm calling for. And with what happened, it's not only Iowa, but what happened, the special voting, if we don't come out to blame them, call them, and condemn it, we're going to see worse of it on Saturday, that's December 7th. So this is something that should be condemned. We shouldn't tolerate this, and we shouldn't encourage it. It should be condemned. And as for my position, it's John Mahama. We've seen his performance before, and I'm on the belief that there will be unity. I'm looking for peace, and there will be unity and peace when this man takes power.
All right. Of course, let's see what happens on December 7th. Thank you very much for calling into the program. The number to call if you want to be part of the conversation is 030-290-8607.
Right. We understand we have Alhaji back online.
Right.
Hi, good morning to you, Alhaji. How are you?
I'm okay. What happened yesterday at Iowa was for Lebanon. I can tell you for a fact. Many politicians will not go to heaven. It's true. Look, video captured this woman, Madam Alassa.
Alhaji.
She came and said that she's not there. Look at the video that.
Okay, so it looks like we're having issues connecting with Alhaji. But Alhaji, we still want to hear from you, so you can still try and then connect with us. But we need to take this short break. When we're back, we'll get into
the conversation.
Yeah,
so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Allow history to be the judge of how I have served my nation. How well I have done my part in running my lap of that relay. What that verdict will ultimately be, I cannot say. I can only say that I have done my best, giving my all.
In almost 8 years, what is the verdict of this proclamation?
One day on television, I will kneel down and say, Mahama, I am sorry. And someone make kafan who say, "Oh, yeah, angel." So one day, Mahama was an angel.
Mahama Kafra.
but I stand for the truth. Mahama, sorry.
Oh, I'll take this opportunity to apologize to the former president. I mean, His Excellency John Mahama.
And yesterday, I was bold to apologize to President Mahama because he's a fine gentleman.
Corruption, Nanaba Wire times 10. Mama, this year, the Facha Ghana for the Facha and the Facha.
My 5 years so up at your mama chopper, but no physical. Maybe the Japan chop. My body baby, your mama, my body baby.
Missing someone make a kafa Mahama who pa that time you piece of Mahama you come forward you say, not Mahama angel.
You're used to Hisense TV, you know. On him say, "Aye, papa, I need a hot clear." It is all for people hotels, schools, and I be Hisense will TV size the baby. Say footballer, you person feel it say who stadium ho, and a senior, you person feel it say who shemubi. Hisense person show programs in now TV papa paso. Say dear go munio. Hisense laser TV. Obi baby say laser no cry dear. Hisense Laser TV. A classic. Pictures be a pure. Me just say, and a clear. Okasan Hosua. Obajoso. Hisense Laser TV. You 80-inch. Akopem 150-inch. About down say bagaya. Fe. Won't show Hisense TV man say wendy. Dear boy, a 100-inch. Pictures no see a 4K resolution. And still too, a real bow. Hisense Laser TV. And he say, come on. Ubenye biato, Hisense showroom say, what Ghana fanenyi nemu. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
Ready for something refreshing and great tasting? For your kids' enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
For your graduation enjoyment?
Angel Cola.
Beach hangout?
Angel Cola!
For all your refreshing moments.
Angel Cola!
For your parties, get-togethers, events, and celebrations, enjoy a chilled bottle of Angel Cola. Radio Grandma, today is your day. Over to you.
Thank you.
Enjoyment Cola.
Angel Cola.
The Enjoyment Cola. Enjoy all your moments and fun time with Angel Cola. This advert is FDA approved.
Good day. My name is Hassan Erga, flag bearer of the All People's Congress APC. Ghanaians receive salary every 30 days. And as a matter of fact, after taking the salary 1 week, the money is finished. And you have to wait 3 more weeks to get another salary. But the APC and Hassan Erga think that we need to change certain policies to build Ghana in a better way. So I am introducing the 2-weekly salary structure, which means that every 2 weeks, Ghanaian workers, civil servant, public workers, private workers will now be taking 2 weeks salary instead of every month. I am number 9 on the ballot. So on the D-Day of voting, look for Hassan Abdullahi Ayariga and vote APC and Hassan Ayariga, number 9.
We are changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Dare to dream with Puma drinks. Puma. Yeah, believe it, you can achieve. Puma. Oh yeah, clap your hands for the whole new vibe. Make me set the black. Oh yeah, come alive. Let me hear you.
Puma Drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
All right, welcome back. Oh.
Please continue.
that was
they said
yes. So okay. So if you just tuned in, this is the Breakfast Live show here on TV Africa. Thank you so much for choosing us this morning. We do not take it for granted at all. We're very, very grateful. My name is Lebene. I'm here with Shandoff.
Yeah, my name is
Pakwesi Shandoff.
I keep telling her that when you mention Shandoff, you must definitely
add the Pakwesi.
The Pakwesi, you know, it's PKS. That's actually
PKS.
Yes, that's
Pakwesi Shandoff.
Exactly. That's actually the brand identity. For those of you who are just joining in, we've been discussing some of the relevant happenings with respect to yesterday's special voting exercise, particularly on the incident at Ayawaso West Wogon, and we've been joined in studio by a communicator of the National Democratic Congress, Rema Atuforson, whose views we are challenging. Because, for example, he says that the free SHS policy has been shambolic. Meanwhile, the data indicates that more than 3.5 million students have benefited. That certainly cannot be shambolic. But there is something else the NDC is making a lot of noise about. The 24-hour, not the economic park. There's an event, the Green Wave.
The Green Wave.
What is really the essence of all of this?
Yes, so I think in South Africa, is it this year, we saw Gen Zs come out to protest the ill treatment of their current government.
That was in Kenya.
Kenya. I think a similar thing happened in South Africa. A similar thing has happened even in Nigeria.
Right, we have a caller. Hi, good morning.
Julius from Domi.
Okay.
Good morning.
Right, Julius, we can hear you.
Okay.
Right.
It's been a while I saw my good friend, Mr. Sandro. I'm Julius from Laboni.
Oh, right.
I was watching the show and I just want to make a little comment about it.
Okay.
Sure, go ahead.
So, with what Madam Lydia did at Legon, I actually saw a viral video before that. With the security man video, I have no problem with it. But I think it's illegal for someone to wear party colors, go to where we are voting, and share food. In every civilized country, she should be arrested. Honestly, she should be arrested.
Right.
But with respect to what the young man sitting beside Mr. Sandorf is saying, I think he's being a little bit biased, linking the whole thing to the MPP party. I'm not being partisan here,
right?
But I think we need to single out people. Making it an MPP general issue can erupt violence because there is no MPP guy defending the MPP. During the segment, I noticed that he was trying to put the whole thing on the head of the MPP and blaming the EC for not speaking. In leadership, sometimes you don't come out to talk in these cases, but the woman should be arrested. Because had it been me, an ordinary civilian walking around, they wouldn't have arrested me. So the woman should be arrested. Just like they've arrested Senior Prophet Sally Pamwako, they should arrest the woman. Let the law take a course. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much, Julius. Thank you very much, Julius. We're grateful for your inputs. The number to call is 0302908607. You were making a point about how young people in Kenya rallied and came out in their numbers to cause a change, and that is what underscores the Green Wave. I want to be clear.
Briefly, before I come to the Green Wave, I think when we talk about matters like this,
right?
You see, you call a spade, not a spoon or a fork. My leader is from the MPP.
FORK.
Yes, right.
Right. that clarity is important.
My leader is from the MPP.
Right.
Across all voting centers for special voting we've had in Ghana as of yesterday, money sharing, vote buying. We have instances where people are openly sharing money. We've seen footages. And most of them, or 90% of them, are linked to the MPP. So where else should we direct such a subject? If you want to take a mess out of the house, you hit the nail on the head. Exactly
but
where
the,
it's
the
coming
point,
from.
The point
you
is
dig
making
it out.
is that Ma Lydia's own may have been prominent and popular, but she's not the only culprit under the circumstances.
But the other videos we've seen are all coming from the NPP. But which party is she from? Is she from Ghana as a Ghana party or something? She's from the NPP. So where else do I direct the conversation?
I'm going to direct the conversation to Jamila, who's calling us from Dansuman. Hello, good morning, Jamila. How are you? And welcome to the Breakfast Live Morning Show.
Please, I want to speak our local language.
Please, Flo, go ahead.
Me pacho, abatomre ena aso, ena ye tuaba. Now I think that my men do no only mistake ye.
Okay.
Because you saw ye be kwa to aba. Saturday we. Be an so ko blame yan ni baby. And I am kwam Gana po. Young kwam Gana po to police for na. And our police for no omo enim thing ye ana. Who say to see ye Ghana amanyo sem no.
Auntie Jamila Trey, Pachoto Bukakra, also say Mukoto about they'll bring you food. I mean, when easy for no.
Agent, you must say agent, no more police agent, no. Any electoral commission is no more one. And that will be a great median.
But
one who said, we know. Young farmer
polling agents,
party agents. Now, security officials and media and omwa was say go through that process no and ochichema and that is where the issue is.
Me go. I don't see any wrong. Because on your end, and also feel say, ni constituency when I hear to aba. And as an MP, no, or who points of common security is is it bad?
But Jamila, Kamya say Imremuno is bad for her to have done that.
Especially I brought more in the queue.
That is it. That is it.
That's the problem.
Oteyanka. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Say, forgive me, my tree. My tree is not treeing this morning. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us.
Okay.
Right. Have a beautiful morning, Jamila. Okay, all right, bye. Okay, so you see, it looks like some Ghanaians do not even understand. The laws and some of the measures around elections here.
Ordinarily, is the citizens who are supposed to be calling for the right things to be done in such circumstances. If there are voters who even expect that they should be giving food, or they think that it's appropriate for people to come and incentivize them.
I think this is the work of
NCC.
I don't know the amount of education that has gone on some of these issues.
If this matter is not addressed immediately and condemned, I would not be surprised if on the 7th of December we see it being done in greater proportions because if the matter is not condemned, it gives it a certain kind of endorsement. People think that, well, an MP did it, nobody apprehended it. So
but
we'll be there.
News coming in, Shandoff. NDC opposes OSP's investigation of alleged food sharing by NPP MP for Ayawaso West Wogon. Let's quickly go through that. The National Democratic Congress, NDC, has criticized the decision by the Office of the Special Prosecutor to investigate the alleged food sharing incident in the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency. According to the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustafa Bande, the OSP probing this issue will cause unnecessary delays. The OSP recently announced its investigation into the alleged incident at the Legon Police Station polling center, where it is alleged that the Member of Parliament for the area, Lydia Al-Hassan, distributed meals to voters during the special voting exercise on Monday, December 2, 2024. This act is suspected to have been an attempt to influence voters.
I'm surprised. What the NDC is opposing the investigation?
Yes.
I mean, what is that supposed to mean?
They're saying that once the investigation starts, it's going to take a long time. But I'll come back to you. We have a caller. Hi, thank you so much for joining us. Your name and where you're calling us from. Okay. Kindly speak up a bit for me.
My name is Michael. I'm calling from my channel.
Okay, Michael, you can share your thoughts with us now.
Oh, please, can I speak? Or can I speak to you?
Michael, you can share we can hear you. Share your thoughts with us now.
Okay, and I want to work for my election.
Okay.
I mean, no problem. Voters, no, but a prison officers, no problem more. Because it's bad. One quite to Abba. But what quite no this bad was the one kind of what this bad made like what is this with this person? That's why you are more in music for all the bad way watching Damara. But what about you when you matter what work here? I mean, blame one of these bad was the one of the voters. If you want when I work how do you call it this of one on blame one day because of having to watch man. And I know watching what I'm watching. I talk about when my other work
Okay, Michael. That's it. Thank you so much for calling. Have a beautiful morning. Okay, right. So we were on the green wave. It's happening today. Tell us. Why?
So, like I rightly indicated, it's been done.
The Gen Zs are coming together.
Exactly. It's been done in Kenya. It's been done in South Africa. Recently, it was done in Nigeria. It's the turn of Ghana. And you'll be surprised what the NDC will do today. The number, and you see, I'm
also surprised about something. I think before you even talk about the green wave, the statement you read, the NDC is opposed to the investigation. Does it presuppose that your party is not really up for scrutiny? Look, an error has been committed, something that clearly, obviously violates the electoral procedures. Your party is giving it an endorsement.
The party isn't giving it an endorsement. What the NDC is saying is, truthfully, there's no need for an investigation. It has been that we are all seeing what it is. What investigation are you looking for? Again, it's like you've been caught with your hand in the soup, and then you are saying that no, I was just licking my fingers.
In law, the canon of law is odi oteram pattern. Always listen to the other side. That is why even medress are giving rights to legal representation.
Going against.
Kindly hold on for me. It looks like our callers are very interested in this conversation. Hi, good morning to you, Papayao. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning, madam. You see, I was
right.
In fact, speaking personnel, you blame you on my chimagin katra.
Okay.
About page, let's say, and prime Ghana, they want to be a consider as my way of life. You cannot send a press, no cost for back amount. I entity a day. And you know, also will say, what do you line? And so it can be doing a watching. And I'll say, you can use you. And I watch it. And you are not, what's the moment that the job movie? No one will say. So, if that's what I'm a man will mean. Let me know what you not get at that. City crowd with the keepers and all driving. But no woman is you are not. A 1 year woman of the year, I beg you will discuss anything. Yes, you go man of the year, no, and daddy. With a new radiant and a famous matter, a new radiant to say, you got to our father to be even a more to the line. There was a line there in a incident. Let me comment in Suano. But see my airborne. And the Mshima was active. And maybe a good be Madame Knight. So with Capra, a banner about 7 to be a man. Or face you the Priembra, ye may have a GBR. But face you be brave, then go to Banning Chat. Also the Priembra, get a GBR.
All right. Papaya, that's the baby say,
briefly on Papaya. Mamin Kanichi.
Kanichi.
Papa, Omain Bia Hiamra, Na mrane se so obi gina line mu ekoto aba. Emma ne sika enche niama ma na emma na edwane. Woyɛ saa o ye bibia ekotia mrano. What we are saying is adan na one farm momo before they join the queue and I one train omu wie no omu ye na na waka chem say o me dam ase monji we na mo fa ncheche mo hwe and na ye ka say it is wrong. The intention behind it is to feed people, but wo yes aniama no whilst election is going on obi be susu say o person da mo edinya vote bi na da no aden na one more edwane before they join the queue and aden na one train.
I perfectly agree with you. Patience is calling from Medina. Hello, good morning, Patience, and welcome to the Breakfast Live morning show.
Good morning, brother, and good morning to everybody in Ghana.
Right.
You know, Ghana is hard. We are all hungry. We need food. We need water. On the street, there are 1,001 people on the street looking for water and food. I can assure you, Lagos, there are squatters there who need food. But then this woman chose to go and give the food to people in a queue that there's no crowd there, that the sun is scorching or not. It did not. It wasn't that situation that they've been in the queue from morning to evening, 4 o'clock, that they are hungry and thirsty. It wasn't like that. The people there are security people. They know better. And when they were in the queue, I can even see it on the tele right now. They are not plenty. They are not even asking angry. So what was the woman doing? That woman goes around giving money to people everywhere in Lagos, in the university, everywhere. So it's something that she is doing. And she thinks she can even take it on the voting day. Look, I haven't been to school like she has done. But then I know that in the law, you don't do that on a voting day in a queue. If lay people like us who have that mind that you can't go and then give things in the queue, how much more somebody who is in parliament? She is showing herself that she has a shallow mind. People like that not to be in parliament. Please tell the lawmakers that they should be an example to us who haven't been to school. We in parliament have done better than her. Tell her that, look, we are here, we are hungry. They should bring the food to us to eat, not to people who are working, who have money. Why is it that Ghana is becoming lawlessness like that? Why is that we are condoning lawlessness from the head to the, from the president to the down? And then we say, we are trying to be charity. Charity people are in the north. They need food to eat. Charity people are in the south. They need food to eat. Not in capital, in Lagos. Thank you.
Thank you.
Forgive me about speaking like this. Because it's becoming too much. It is what it's like. What we thought we learned from the infancy that the truth must be that Ghana is becoming lying country. Thank you for
thank you very much. Right, we could sense her anger. I mean, she's very unhappy with the development.
But my Shandoff, my worry is why she had to lie. I have issues with that. I mentioned earlier that I watched an interview where she said she wasn't even around.
Yes, that was her reply. I wanted to be sure. I mean, because this was captured live on tape. I mean,
we saw she lied.
I don't know why, but
I mean, why
is in the fabric of the MPP.
No, you shouldn't.
I have nothing useful.
You can't
Madam
all of them together.
Madam Patience has said it all. I have nothing useful to add. All I have to say, you have people who are hungry on Legon campus, and you tend to go to people who are not even up to 20. They are about 12 or 13. I counted whilst you were showing it. And then when you are done, you tell us that you were not even there.
Yeah, that is where my issue is. The fact that she says she wasn't there when
that is it.
The sharing of the
is
food.
In the fabric of the party. That is what they are clad in, and that is what they do.
Talking about what is the fabrics of parties, we were asking why your party is not, I mean, applauding the need for an investigation.
Yes, Pakwesi, you see, the kind of submission I want to give to this matter is unfortunate. People are really enjoying your show, so they are calling in. I'm saying some of these things, you brought me into law. I agree. Now, do you think I think there's another caller.
Yeah, we have a caller. We'll come back to you. Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is Kowaches. I'm calling from Australia.
Okay. You can share your thoughts with us now.
So, let me address the issue with my leader's issue on the Lebanon campus.
Okay.
What me yesterday's special voting was for security personnel and these people are prominent people within our society who know their left and right. They know the law. They are law enforcement agencies. They were in a queue, which the law mandates that when an election is in a queue, going to happen, supposed not to receive an ID from a candidate or even somebody who has an interest in the election. These people that are going to protect our ballot are the same people who were on the queue that were receiving that was supposed to influence their vote. One, you don't believe the candidate. The candidate's major interest in the election is to win. As a candidate, he has to do anything to persuade an electorate towards casting for a vote for them. And I believe that in politics, that is the strategy. He feels that this strategy could lead them to win the election. And the thing that he has been at the Legon campus, most students can attest to this that my India from first semester to whatever it is, your rice, your bag of rice and whatever it is supposed to be. You should rather blame the security agents who were captured on camera, taking the item from the candidate. I am a candidate that I'm taking an election. And if I believe that I have the resources to persuade the electorate to be able to vote for me, I have to do it. Where was the East who was supposed to supervise the election at that particular polling station? Why didn't he or she see that the woman was sharing items with the queue? We are intellectuals who are looking for policies that will align to our belief to vote for them in this December.
Right.
This is just a cheap propaganda that the opposition is trying to just use. They have put it, and these are electoral rules. They should be able to raise alarm and see that you make the person think about those 15 people who had the bag in their hand. And you couldn't explain that and you want to shout. It's a strategy for an I believe that the securities agents did not decide not to take the items and they took it. And the candidates just were to them to do that. And that's a strategy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us this morning. Have a great morning. Right. Back to you.
Yeah, so I'm praying your viewers don't interrupt the conversation again. So this is what the NDC is saying. Per law, you are supposed to hear other parties when one party has communicated something that you did not see. So if you come to Pakwesi and tell Pakwesi, I have slapped you.
Right.
Pakwesi, the onus lies on Pakwesi to give me the room to also explain myself. Now, when we catch a thief by the roadside, petty thievery and all of that, when you catch the person red-handed, you don't need the other party to explain themselves to you why you were caught stealing.
No, that's instant justice. We don't encourage
No, I'm not
justice.
saying instant justice. When you catch that person and you...
Yes, please. You're speaking to TV Africa. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Your name and where you're calling us from, please.
Yeah, I'm calling from Odododio.
Oh, okay. Odododio. Good to have you. You can share your thoughts with us now.
Okay. I want to say this according to what people are discussing on the show. Sharing of food at the Ayawa Sowago is what I want to stick to.
Okay.
What the woman did is very wrong, and she's a member of parliament, right? I and you, we were not in parliament, and parliament is law-making place. which they or they make the law there before it come out and then they apply to the people. So if this woman is doing this, you think she don't know what she's doing? She knows exactly what she's doing. And even it is not only a food and water. There's a money in the back. So you could say that the women and the men, the prison officers, after they collect the thing and then they open, you see they are putting their hand in their pocket. So this woman, what she's doing, they're supposed to call him to order so that they will deal with her. Because if they should leave this woman to go free, tomorrow somebody is going to do the same thing. And I tell you, if I were to be at a place there, I will cause chaos. Because they say we shouldn't cause anything, but this what this woman is doing is planning to do something to bring war or civil war in Ghana. So if I were to be there, I will go and collect the food and throw it away from the officers. I will scatter the whole place.
Well,
do that, I'm saying.
If you were there, well, if I understand, I understand your point of frustration. But if you were there, I think the best to do is to report it to the appropriate individuals. You know, we don't want people to take the laws
They were there. They are officers. So even them themselves collecting the food self, it's an offense against them. It's an offense against them themselves.
Right.
As they collected the food, and we know their faces. So why don't the police call them too? They're not supposed to collect it. They're supposed to tell the woman that no, it is not the right way for you to collect. Because if they are collecting election, they used to send them to the police station so that they will see to these things and then they address it very well or complain to the higher authority. So there that they themselves are doing, what will the children do in school? If teachers and so forth, they are taking small children in the classroom as their girlfriends, what about the students themselves?
Okay. Of course, very valid question, and of course, legitimate concerns there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. But wait, just before you take leave of us, Odododiodo, it's a very keen contest between Manav Sowa and I've forgotten the name of the other gentleman. How is it looking like there? I mean, take them your turn.
You mean?
I mean, for the parliamentary elections. Hello, the parliamentary elections in Odododiodo. Yes, Manav Sowa is on the ticket of the NPP. That of the NDC's candidate doesn't readily come to mind. But Mimbibuake, tejeme yote, tejeme fe yote.
Why will I vote? Why will I vote for NPP? This hardship, who is not seeing it? What they have been doing, we don't see it. Even if they say rainfall and you are asleep,
when you wake up
in the morning,
you see the droplets.
Can't you see that something has gone on? So if you see the hardship in Ghana, you yourself, as you are sitting there right now, is it easy for you to buy fuel? Sometimes you park your car and then you join the throttle. If I'm lying, how much did you put on table before coming to your work? People are complaining in your place. This woman could have go and share the food on the street. Not to come and do this to prison officers who are in their uniforms. And what they mean that they are in uniform and they are collecting those packages. I said there's money inside. If they should check those bags, there are monies inside. Because when they open the bag, look the way they smile. So we are buying food.
Okay.
So that tomorrow you come and use those money. You come and steal our money again. That is what is happening. You are buying the vote. Then you come and steal our money tomorrow. That's also.
All right. That point is. Thank you very much. We were attempting to connect with John Kofi Seto Dumelo, but we understand that that connection. Sure, that's fine.
Have a good morning, sir.
Have a good morning. So we were trying to connect with John Kofi Seto Dumelo, but we understand that the connection broke. We'll re-establish it and we will speak to him because on camera he told the press that he was overwhelmingly displeased with the development and he feels that he can actually retaliate. In his words, he says that we can't can do more, right? And he described the actors
he's law abiding.
Actually stupid.
So he's law abiding, so he's following
the measures.
Back to you and your NDC that you are saying if you was in this
that we shouldn't probe into the issue.
We are saying the issue of this probing is always the MPP fiasco.
Okay.
We've heard there are issues that have gone to OSP. He's giving recommendation, and what has come out of it? Issue on Galamsey, issue on this, issue on that.
I personally, I mean, I've said that a number of times on this table. I mean, the committees and all of that.
This issue is so public enough. We've seen every footage.
What would you want the OSP to do?
An immediate action should be taken based on evidences provided to this, that.
The matter should not be investigated.
Yes, there is no need. Take immediate action. I catch you.
An investigation is part of those immediate actions.
To see what exactly, to go into what again. Why were you sharing it? Or what did you give them? What exactly are we talking about? She indicated on live television they were giving them food and water. So what again are we investigating from the horse's own mouth? Then the next time she said she wasn't there.
Right.
What again are we going to investigate? We are tired of this covering up and clearing agents issues and all of that. OSP, you've seen every footage indicating that things have gone wrong. What again should we do? What again should we say to you? And you are coming to us 4 days to election, coming to tell us you are coming to investigate.
Yes. We have to. Hi, thank you so much for joining us. Your name and where you calling us from? You are our last caller, actually.
Yes, morning.
Good morning. Aunye yen last caller inti pocho bobibia tofa sharp main. Michael, you're too. Okay.
Because I don't know. I'm going to the NBC. The NBC boy in the movie, NBC in the movie. On the because you will more bore after a child or evil. Like a child, I'm going more Nigeria. More Nigeria, 2011. Voting for Jonathan. I think the line has boys, they will play for come put what can be in come. I have waited for one question. Yes, in Chamber and on my many days, because you're more flow. You can be in Swedish journalism for now on for it. Or you are like on the side on another division. Because said the department, you know, or a penny or dream. There are a very come up with one something.
Okay.
Like
Okay, Michael. Yati. Thank you so much. Have a great morning.
You wanted to touch on the green wave. You have
yes.
Just a minute to do that and then we'll wrap up.
So it's a wave that is sweeping across the whole of Greater Accra and other regions if possible. We are saying that we are tired of the lies as we sit here as normal Ghanaians. If I am duly qualified, if I have the certificate and all of that, I would have to pay to be employed. And this even comes at some huge sums of money. Aside me paying for all of these things, I may be lucky to even get it or be swindled. The life of the regular youth, where you would go to school, come out of school, and have some belief that you can be gainfully employed, you can get something to do with your life, it has sunk in this republic. The NDC, in partnership with the National Youth Wing, we are saying that we are bringing a wave of change, some sense of assurance for the youth, some hope for the youth. Like I indicated, other countries have done it and they did it beautifully. We are doing it without violence. We are just sending a message across.
Right. So
people are coming out. People are coming to express their grievances. The MPP will see that the youth of Ghana, we are not blind or we are not deaf.
Okay.
We see everything going on.
Paint a picture for us. How is it going to look like? So it's going to happen in
we are
in every constituency.
Yes.
Okay.
Greater Accra. We are sweeping across every constituency. We are working, I think, Dansoman, they have a converging point. Kwashiman, Ablikman North, they are meeting at Kwashiman KFC, Ablikman Central. We all have converging points, and then we move together. We have these long vehicles we'll be using. Those who want to walk to exercise themselves, we are youth. Those who want to exercise themselves will. And then finally, we'll converge at Kaukudi Park for
what time is it starting?
I think it's starting at 3. Others have started converging already. The enthusiasm is there.
From the Gen Zs.
Yes, you understand. And there's currently a setup at Kaukudi for the final rally where we'll be hosting Giorgio Parado, Pablo, the commander of the Green Army, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. It is a wave, a sweeping across every constituency in Accra. I'm sure it will.
But I want to security measures. I mean,
for NDC, if you look at most of our works that are trending on TikTok, on all social media platforms, personally, we are very well disciplined group of people.
The NPP as well. I mean, we've not had any issue come up with.
We don't share things
their
when
works,
people are voting. You know, we don't induce people whilst they are in the queue voting. We don't lie about situations when we are caught, and we don't cover up issues. We are very well-mannered individuals, young guys with prospects, with visions, are just sending a message across to His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his counterparts. I wouldn't want to mention.
Vice President of
the Vice President
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Yeah. Currently, I don't know his religion. I don't know whether he's fetish or he's Muslim or
but I mean,
that's it. This is out of our purview.
Yes. So
I'm educating
your time is up.
You've already given us your final word, so that's fine. But we're very grateful.
I'm enjoying the heckling. It's exciting.
We're very grateful for your time.
My message to the normal Ghanaian: 7 December. Look for the umbrella, look for number 8, and let's reset Ghana. Let's get things in the right direction.
Right. Thank you so much for coming. I mean, I have had a very beautiful morning with you.
Same. I've also had a very splendid morning. And we have to indicate that on the 7th of December here on this channel, we're going to be bringing you up to speed with uninterrupted coverage of the December 7th general election. The parliamentary polls will be covered presidentially too. We will give you all the relevant details. But before that, we'll be having a couple of conversations. Before the election proper.
We're looking at starting tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Tomorrow in the evening.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, we got you covered.
Prior to the December 7th general election. It's been a pleasure serving you. My name is Pakwesi Shandoff. And,
I'm Lebene Abrokwa. Yes, we're very grateful for your time. We do not take it for granted at all. So we'll see you soon. But until then, stay safe and enjoy the rest of our programs.